Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Rabbi.
Good morning.
We are learning Mishna Gittin, Perek Vav, Chapter 6, Mishnah Aleph, Mishnah 1. Today's Mishnah is been sponsored by the Garland children, L'Zeicha Nishmas, in memory of their uncle, Chaim Gabriel ben Moshe Nachum, Neshama Shavan Aliyah.
Amen.
Okay. Ha'omer, one who says, meaning a husband, who says, he says to a person that he wants him to be an agent for him, a shliach for him, and he says to him, Hiskabel get zel ishti, receive this get from my wife. Doesn't say take it, he says receive it. Oy hoylech get zel ishti, or he says, take this get to my wife. Even after he hands it to the shliach, if he wants to change his mind and take it back, he can do so. Now, we know from the very first Mishnah in Gittin that a man can make a shliach, an agent, to deliver a get for him to his wife. Instead of him giving the get to her, he can appoint a shliach to give the get, to give the divorce to her. A woman can also do the same thing. She can appoint a shliach to accept the get for her. Right? She can appoint someone, that person's her shliach to receive the get for her, and once the husband gives the get to the shliach, to the agent to receive, then the divorce is done, which is what we're going to see very soon. So now, but in this case, in the very first case of the Mishnah, he, the husband, said to an agent, to somebody, receive the get from my wife, which would sound like, I want you to be in her place to receive the get. You be in her place to receive the get. She didn't make you in her, she didn't appoint you. I'm telling you, receive it for her. Be her agent to receive the get. Says the Mishnah, if he wants to back, and then he gives it to him. If he wants to back out, says the Mishnah, he could. You know why? Because by giving him, because he cannot receive the get for her. You cannot volunteer without, if the woman appoints the shliach, right? She agrees that the shliach should receive it for her, then fine. As we're going to see very soon, that works. But if she never made this person an agent, but now this agent is basically deciding he will be her agent to receive the get, that doesn't work. Because there's a rule, you can basically benefit a person even if you're not in his presence. You can only damage a person, so you can only hurt a person or damage a person in front of him, meaning with his consent. So for instance, if let's say there's you go ahead and you find something on the ground, right? You find something on the ground and you say, I'm acquiring this for my friend. Not taking it for myself. I'm acquiring it for my friend. You know, there's a good deal to be made, right? There's a good deal to be made. And you say, I'm acquiring this for my friend. The friend has no idea that you're doing it. But in that case, since you're benefiting your friend, you can be his agent and act for him. And what you do is going to count for him. It's going to belong to him. But you can't do such a thing if it doesn't benefit a person. And for a woman to receive a divorce, that is not called a benefit for her. And therefore, unless she actually makes the shliach, she makes the agent, no one can be an agent for her. And therefore, the Mishnah says like this, if you tell the agent, receive the get from my wife, so you can back off. Because what you really mean is, now again, you could say you can back off because you can't do this. You can't appoint him. He can't just on his own become an agent to receive the get for her. But the way they explain it is that therefore, like everybody knows that. Everybody knows you can't do that. You can't just make a shliach. You can't just become a shliach to receive a get for a woman. Everybody knows that. And therefore, even though you said to this person, his kabel, receive it for her, it's just like the next case when you say, take it to her. When you say take it to her, it's very clear you're appointing this agent to be the one in the place of the husband to deliver it to her. Well, the same thing applies by his kabel. Even though you said his kabel, accept it for her, which you can't do, it's understood that what you mean is, accept it for her means take it and bring it to her. It doesn't mean be her shliach to receive it. And therefore, in either case, both of these people could deliver the get for the man, but at the same time, since it's his shliach to deliver it, he could always change his mind and say, I don't want it. Okay, which we had a little bit of discussion about that before, doing that not in front of the shliach, not in front of the woman. It can make some problems, but essentially it's possible to do. Now, next case. Ha'isha sha'amra, a woman who said to an agent, Hiskabali giti, receive, accept the get for me, and the husband gave it to that agent, imratza lachzer layachzer. He can't back out anymore. Because once if he is her agent to receive the get, and he received the get, she's divorced. It's done. It's like giving her a get and then saying, "Oh, I changed my mind." Too late. And therefore, the Mishnah says you can't change your mind. Lefikach, therefore, being that if she sends a shliach to receive it for her, and you give her the get, you can't back out. Well, what if you want to? Is there some way you can do it to give it to her, to give it to the agent, and still be able to back out? Meaning she made the agent to receive, and you still want to have the ability to back out. So what do? Lefikach, therefore, im amar loy habal, if the husband said to her agent, I don't want you to receive it for her. I don't agree. Meaning, we know that a husband you need the husband's consent for the get. According to Torah law, you don't need her consent for the get. You need her consent for her agent, but for the actual get, you need his consent. So if he says, I don't want you to receive it for her, that's his way of saying, I don't want to make the divorce happen by you being an agent to receive it for her. So once it comes into your hands, it's done. I don't want that. And once he says, I don't want that, then it can't happen. So im amar loy habal, if the husband then says to the agent, I don't want you to accept it for her, but rather take it and give it to her, meaning become my agent to deliver it, then if he wants to back out, he could, because at the end of the day, he said, I'm not giving it to you as her shliach, but I'll give it to you as my shliach to deliver, which means it's not a get until it's actually delivered to her. And therefore, if before that he changes his mind, he could. V'shimon Gamliel says, Af hoimeris, going back to the woman, even if a woman says to an agent, Toil li giti, which really translates as, take my get for me. Okay, so what did she mean? Did she mean to make him an agent to receive it? Did she just mean to say, go get it for me, but basically be my Hansa shliach to bring it to me? She says, take it. What does take mean? Says the Mishnah, Imrat salachzar, if after the husband gives it, he wants to back out, lo yachzar, he can't. Because it says from Shimon Gamliel, when a woman says toil, take, using that word take, that means receive. That's the same thing as saying, hiskabel, receive it for me. Mm-hmm. And therefore, he is her agent to receive the get. And once the husband gives the get to her agent, she's divorced, and it's too late for him to back out. Have a wonderful day and a good tevach. Shua tov.
Thank you, Rabbi.